Hello. In this video, I'd like to describe and discuss a Chinese Warlord pistol. Ian McCullough refers to those as, in his nice book, The Pistols of the Warlords, Chinese Domestic Handguns, 1911 through 1949. So he categorizes those pistols, and this would be type B, which is the horn grip type. And it's of a subgroup that has a rounded grip, basically. Most of them are square. So I'm going to discuss its features. Each one of those guns is almost like unique, has some unique features that are not duplicated in other guns. Ian mentions about 18 of those horn grip type Artisan, Chinese Artisan pistols, and 18 reported, and all of them were in 32 automatic, 32 ACP. This particular one is in 7.63 Mauser, so it's a higher, more pressure cartridge. Now, all those guns of this type are simple blowback, so a high pressure cartridge like that won't be advisable to shoot with, this pistol. Unfortunately, this pistol doesn't have the magazine. It's missing. Hopefully, somehow, I might be able in the future to find a magazine. Probably be very difficult, close to impossible, unless we come across its own unique magazine. All right, so in Ian's book, the closest to this one out of the 18 reported would be this one over here. Okay, and that has the rounded bottom grip like this one. It has similarity in the top and also in the barrel. The design of the barrel is very close to this one. Now, there are some distinguishing features. This gun has this nice rhombus-like on both sides machining here. This one here is just plain. Okay. The rest of the gun is very, very similar. Okay. This is flatter on the top compared to this one, which is more humped like that. And by the way, all those guns, most of them, they don't have a rear sight. It's blocked, so this fake design here, really, it blocks the rear sight, and there's no, a cut for a rear sight on those guns. So essentially, the common theme here is this is inspired. The Artisan was inspired by the C96. So you see the hammer, the ears of the slide, this machining here on both sides, which is lacking in this particular gun, but there are other guns that have it in Ian's book. So if you look here, this one has that machining. Now, the unique thing about this gun relative to the guns discussed in Ian's book is that it has no serial number, no marking whatsoever, no letters inside or out, no numbers on it. It's just plain. Okay, and here those guns usually have like a fake numbering over here or symbols. This one doesn't have it. This is the extractor, And you see there's no rear sight over here. Okay, but this is flatter than the other one, so if I'm to point, you know, this is less obstruction of the sight. The other thing is on this is that that's similar to the gun in Anne's book, is the shape of the barrel. By the way, this is about 7.6 or 7 point, let me double check. It says 6.75 inches. The barrel starts here and goes over there. So it has common features like the one on this gun, but not really exact like that. Okay, has the structure, so it's really nicely made. And if you look here, you have this selector here. So what this does actually is the hold open. Okay, and the way it does it is that there is small pin on the top here, okay, of the lever, and there is a it engages this hole in the slide, so that's how it holds open. And this is also safety, so it has functional safety, and if we put this back like that, it will shoot. Okay. The other guns, most of them have this very small over here, the safety, if you like, all the safety slash hold open lever. So you can see it in this picture that it is, you know, short, small, like that. Okay, I think there's a small pin here on top of it to hold the slide open. So each one of those is unique, but here on Aaron's book, page 74, this is really the closest to the gun that I have here, but this is, you know, a bit more decorative. Okay, I like this design over here. In fact, when I saw this in the auction where I bid and was, you know, lucky to win it recently, is that the lines on it kind of reminded me, I was in Barcelona years back and visited, you know, some of the architecture buildings by Gaudi, Anthony Gaudi, and these lines are really reminiscent of that. Now, I'm not suggesting that the Chinese Artisan was inspired by this work, okay, or the architecture of the Catalan architect Antoni Gaudi. Here's his famous, on Diagonal Street, I believe, in Barcelona, Casa, let me spell it correctly, Casa Patio. And the lines you see over here is just, you know, those ribs-like lines in it, kind of, for me personally, kind of subjectively, kind of just reminded me of Gaudi's architecture in Spain. Here's another picture of it. Okay, sorry. All right, so let's get back to the gun itself. So we discussed some of the features. Here's another distinctive feature of it is that there is a lanyard loop over here. I don't think any of the other guns reported in Ayan's book have this. That's kind of interesting. There's also, you know, I just did a good cleaning of the gun, took it all apart, cleaned it up, and it functions now nicely mechanically. So it has this like dimple over here, and I thought it's an interesting feature. Maybe when you hold it so it doesn't really, maybe makes it more comfortable to the grip. And by the way, this is a relatively short handle, so for my medium-sized hand, you know, it's a bit uncomfortable here. My finger here is kind of over the edge, but on for a smaller hand, it'll fit perfectly. All right, so what else should I be discussing in here? Okay, so we talked about the hold open, the release. Okay, it'll shoot, and also this is functional safety. So now it, it'll shoot. And let me see there. Okay, so I mentioned that it's a really unique gun in the sense that, the Artisan guns, Chinese Artisan Warlord guns, they showered them with numbers, fake serials, or, just random lettering here and there, and proof marks and acceptance mark of European weapons of that era. But this one is void of absolutely no marking on it, which is kind of unusual, very unusual for those pistols. Now, I'm not sure if this is something that you would go to an artisan, a warlord son or relative, or, someone high ranked in their organization would go and ask for certain features, or this is completely done from the imagination, inspiration of the artisan himself that made these pistols. Again, each one of them has some unique features to distinguish it from the all others. But I thought it's, the auction looked really big, but it's really not. I mean, it's nice, cute in a way. The only thing is that the barrel is kind of makes it look long, because it's really a long barrel. And again, I love this design, on this gun. So definitely those artisans are, they're artists in the way they have imagined capturing features from C96 and other guns and putting them on those guns. And so maybe this is like kind of custom made by the request of whoever it was made for, and said, okay, I don't want any markings on it of any sort. All right, so this is it. And, this lever here I mentioned is kind of unique. I don't see it in any, it's long, and it's really kind of, artistic like that. Nice design. I don't see this feature in any of the other pistols. All right, thank you, and I hope I didn't miss any major thing. Oh, one thing. This is the extractor over here, and the ejector. When I took this to clean it, there's no ejector, but on the bottom of the breech, you'd see like two grooves going along. And I think the magazine kind of has high lips in it that fit through those grooves. And one or both of them acted as the ejectors when the spent shell, the gun recoils and it hits the those top wings, edges of the magazine, and that the magazine acted partly also as the ejector as well. Okay, thank you for watching.